Hey everybody, it's Julie. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be doing a Bible journaling process video about thankfulness. It is the week of Thanksgiving, and it's a time to be grateful and thankful. And so I'm using this kit, this print and pray set for Illustrated Faith by Sarah Gleason, and it's called Glad and Sincere. And I just loved these colors. I printed them out. I'm not exactly sure which elements I'm going to use, so we'll go about. I printed these on cardstock, most of the pages. There are 4 pages of design images. And so I printed 3 of them on cardstock, and then this one I printed on clear sticker sheets. And I'm going to be working in my Interleave Bible, so I have a whole page to work with. And this is based on a situation that happened this week. Our boys basketball team, on the way home from an away game, they were in an accident. The bus was totaled, and I am just so grateful because God showed his faithfulness and his love and protection. So I wanted to document that. I printed out on paper a picture of the bus, and I'm not sure which size I'm going to use. I printed out a couple of sizes. So I'm going to also be using some Distress Oxide for a background. I think a little bit of acrylic paint from Target. And I'm going to use this stamp set from Sweet and Sassy Stamps called Consider the Wildflowers. And it is a 2020 set, and it was confetti. Suzanne Carson, is it Corson or Carson? Corson designed it. And I thought that this was good to use because it kind of matches the wildflower look of this set. So I'm going to use that just as a background element. And maybe this alphabet stickers from By the Well for God. Not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to put you on fast forward and we'll get started. Okay, so I have cut out the elements that I want to use, and I decided I'm going to use the small picture because I want to stick it on this little tag, and then it just fits perfectly right there. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be using with those tags. Okay, here I'm going to get some color on my page, and this is Faded Jeans. It's a Distress Oxide ink, and I'm using my blending tool, and I'm pressing and circling. I'm not too worried right now about getting it really smooth because I'm going to be using water to activate this. And here, just to get a little bit of a softer look around the edges and the edges of my page, I'm using a makeup brush. Okay, so I used my sprayer with water, and I dab that up some, and that gives it a neat little texturized look. And then I take a piece of clear packaging and I stamp some ink directly onto that packaging and then wet it with my paintbrush, and then I dab that on. So I kind of pick up that, it becomes like a paint to use. So I've sped this up, and I'm going to add a little bit more. I still have some on my packaging, and that gives it a nice splotchy, marbly look, and it's really cool. Now this is going to be my background. Now I'm going to do some tone on tone stamping. It's going to be monochromatic, so I pick that big wildflower stamp, and I'm rubbing it first with my hand, but because it's brand new, I haven't used this stamp yet, so I actually just take an eraser and kind of sand it down with the eraser. Oh, that's so pretty the way that looks. So I stamp it again. Now, if I were really wanting to do this well, I would mask it, but this is going to be a background, so you can't really tell. I'm just filling in some of the spots there by only pressing part of the stamp, only inking up part of it. I'm going to place those tags, or a tag, an element in front of that, but that'll just give it a nice background, and I think that's really pretty the way it turned out. So the inspiration for this page was this one tag right here, the blue, it looks almost like toile. And it says, give thanks to the Lord, give thanks to the God of heaven, for his steadfast love endures forever. And that is Psalm 136, verse 28, and that 26. And that is the verse that I am journaling here in my Bible. I wanted to outline the box there because I felt like it really needed that. So I'm just using my Bible mat as a straight edge. And I kind of use the markings a little bit to help me with that. Now I'm going to outline this element as well. Just the picture. Now I'm going to cut out a few other pieces. One of these word fetties, the blue one, and it says, all my thanks. I'm going to stick that right there at the bottom. It's taking up a lot of, the picture takes up a lot of space, and I want to put that on there. I want to use that word fetty that says, all my thanks. Now I'm going to cut out this from the sticker sheet and place this here. Now, you're not going to be able to see that too well, but it's going to just have a nice little effect. And then I decided to cut out this peachy pink colored card that says thank you. And I thought that would be a nice frame for it. I love this color combination. So I'm punching holes in these tags where it has a hole already. Not a hole, but it has a circle for where you can punch it. And I'm using a very tiny piercer, and I just punch it a few times. I do have a 1/8 circle punch somewhere, but I didn't want to get it out. Okay, so I'm using my blending tool with the ink that's still on there, and I'm just giving some edge to these elements. And then I found some fibers. This is a linen thread. It's very, very old, but it works. I think it's probably about 20 years old, maybe not quite, but I think so. But I found some, and I'm going to use that for my little tags. And I'm using some dimensional tape, some foam tape to make that pop up. I'm going to tie a bow inside of the little hole there, so it'll be a tag. Again, this verse says, give thanks to the God of heaven, for his steadfast love endures forever. This week of Thanksgiving, even though it's been a troubling, trying year for us all, we can remember how gracious and how steadfast and faithful God is. And this particular incident with the bus just reminded me God's hand was at work. I don't know if you can see this picture. I'll actually put a picture of the bus at the end of the video, but it was just amazing that no one was really hurt. We had bumps and bruises and a few cuts, but it was just amazing. Praise God for his protection. So I'm using some of those elements there, some of the little clear stickers to give a background and to just kind of peek out from behind the picture and that tag. And again, you can't really see that sticker that I just placed, but it does give some something to peek out, something to poke out from behind that element. Now I'm going to use this one that says give thanks, and because it's on the clear sticker, it's the clear sticker sheet, it just really melts into the page so you can still read the text, and I put that on the opposite side. Now here is some Shimmer Rose acrylic paint from Target, and I'm just splattering it. I wet it and then splatter it, and I do highlight my verse with it. And I'm picking up the wetness so it just leaves a softer look, because this color is a little bit pinker than I wanted. I want it to be a little bit more peachy, so that's why I pick up that color and just leaves a shadow, a wash of that color. I'm going to tie a bow with that linen thread into this other tag, and that's going to go up at my top. I'd play a little bit here. Okay, so there is, I cut out another sticker from this kit, from this set, and it says, "Together with glad and sincere hearts." I have a very glad and sincere heart of thankfulness for his protection. My son is on the basketball team, and then all the boys, I'm kind of the team mom. I keep the books, and my husband is one of the coaches. And it was just a very, very scary situation, but God is so good. I outlined my verse, and now I'm just going to do a little bit of journaling here. I write, "All present could see your mighty hand around our boys." Even the first responders said that too, that God was protecting us. And I continue, "Protecting them in this accident. Thank you for your guardian angels." And then I just label it the bottom, varsity boys basketball team bus. I'm going to give a little bit, I didn't add dimensionals to that tag up top, and I want to do that. So I just add that, and that is pretty much my page. I like the simplicity of this page. I think it's very pretty, but it just, it reminds me of God's goodness and faithfulness. So here's some still shots. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section. We'll also have the products linked that I use. Some of them are affiliate links, so thank you for that. And thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me. I pray that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving if you celebrate Thanksgiving here in the United States or abroad. But it is so good to hang out with you. So give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching, and God bless. Bye-bye.